Taylor with another terrible tweet.
He's the worst.
What is that? Oh my God.
He is the worst. He's so dumb.
I couldn't even understand what.
He's so dumb. It's on the thing. I can't believe I have to deal with this guy.
Calling Michigan the scrappy underdog.
It's crazy how dumb he is.
It was so bad that I thought I was missing something about the video.
Doing it the whole time. It's like
it's like a choose your own adventure. He just chooses the wrong path every time.
He's so stupid. All right. Keep this in, by the way, if we're recording. It's the rundown. December 4th, brought to you by High Noon, the Prez Pack, get it. Tangerine, electric. I don't know if you guys have had it. It's electric. Pear, passion fruit, pineapple, tangerine, my face on it. Go get it. Find it. Visit High Noon Sunsets. Spirits. I'm reading this thing. High Noon Spirits to find the El Prez Pack nearest you, as in CBS today didn't have. All right. We start with college football playoff debate still raging. Looks like I'm pretty dark. I know where you're at, Dan. I don't know, Kevin. I know you're not a huge college football guy. Everyone's talking about it. I hate it. And people are also Alabama. I like Alabama. I had a great time when I was there. Like, I text with Saban's daughter, Kristen, Roll Tide Willie. I like Alabama. There's a lot of dummies in Alabama because I put out my bracket, my 4, and I had Texas at 4. So I thought Michigan should be playing Texas. Texas beat the piss out of Alabama. So it has nothing to do with Michigan playing Alabama. Florida State has to get it. They have to. I hate that they're not in. There's no one to blame, by the way. It just shows how fucked up in a larger scale the world is, that this system is even in place that would allow something like this to happen. It's just, and they used to just pick teams out of a hat. Thankfully, it's gone after this year, and we'll never, because I won't complain, what's it, a 12-team playoff? I'll never complain about 13 getting screwed. I don't care about that. But Florida State, if you go into the season and you are in a Power 5 conference and you win every single game, and on top of that, you schedule 2 monsters, and LSU and Florida are monsters. I don't care how you can't do more, and you win every game. You hand LSU the worst defeat of their season. I don't care what happens to the quarterback. I've heard Walker, who's so stupid, he got absolutely owned on his own show. Because if you're saying, well, it's the best 4, well, then Georgia
should be in, yeah.
So
and Ohio State maybe should be in.
But that's not how you do it. You got to do it by you play the games. Because if you do it by that, guess what? Washington was a 10-point underdog against, or suddenly Vegas is the only thing that matters. It's crazy.
The best thing that was said was Booger said afterwards on ESPN. He's like if you do the best 4, you go look at the schedule, and then you're just deciding who won all their games. It's crazy. Yeah. It basically makes it so that the games don't matter. You're right, Dave. Once we get to 12, it doesn't really matter. The weird irony of all this is it actually is the ACC, partially the ACC to blame for this, because the alliance, the whole Pac-12, ACC, Big Ten, stalled this to become a 12-team playoff. It could have been a 12-team playoff this year. But, yeah, Florida State got screwed. And I don't understand. The thing that I still don't understand is Florida State, they started their 3rd string on Saturday. He looked bad. Their 2nd string, Tate Rodemaker, had just gone to the Swamp and won. It was a close game. It was a rivalry game. Alabama needed a prayer to beat Auburn. Yeah. Does that not, if we're going to do the close wins, Alabama had a very close win against Auburn that they needed, an insane play. And I also don't understand the final rankings, because you're right, Dave. If you're saying Florida State's so bad without Jordan Travis, why the fuck is Florida State 5 and Georgia 6?
Yeah, it makes no sense. And Dan Mullen brought that up. He had a great, I forget who I saw a clip with him explain. It just, I don't know how your kid on that Florida State team, and you're going to win every game this year.
Every game.
And now, guess what? There was a chance if Georgia won, they still would have been left out, right? Yes.
Well, they might have just gone all 4 Because I do think there was the weird like Texas, Alabama being like together kind of thing, and then the SEC needed to get in. So if Georgia won, it might have gone differently because then you solves the SEC.
And then they're
problem.
lying again.
Right. Yes,
because
absolutely.
they couldn't. You couldn't put in Texas without putting in Alabama.
Correct.
So it was like a 2-for-1. The whole thing.
This is the
It
perfect
just
storm
sucks.
this is the perfect storm of why you need to go to 12 teams. Like,
Correct.
It's actually great for college football that this year is the clusterfuck that we needed to get. I don't think anybody was not on board with a new playoff, but it's finally like, yeah, this is why. If I was a Florida State fan, or I mean, especially if I was a Florida State player, I would never stop complaining about this for the rest of my life. I mean, it is an all-time hose job. The fact, if you're like a no-name school in a no-name conference and you're undefeated, fine. But you're a real program, real conference, real players, real teams, in conference, out of conference, won all your games, and now we're just gonna, because like one of your wins wasn't pretty, and you have an injury, we're just gonna like predict that you're gonna lose.
It's all
How many
the
times
injury.
have injuries happen? Like you.
That's like Ohio State. The quarterback's gone, so should they be kicked out of the bowl? Like, I mean, it's just
right.
The whole thing's great. Now, I as crazy as everything we're saying, I could also see if you're an Alabama player and it's like, we're gonna have one loss in what people traditionally say is the toughest conference. We win the SEC and we're not in, but you lost to Texas. It just.
It's the stupidest system in the world. I mean, I'm a casual fan. If you don't gamble and you don't have an alma mater, outside looking in, none of it. It's all stupid. It's impossible to do because,
the craziest part is this entire playoff was basically made so that we could have an undisputed national champion because, even before the BCS, it was literally just like, we're going to have the coaches in the AP poll and we'll split national titles. Then they had the BCS, which was also stupid, but at least it was like, all right, we have a championship game. And now you get to this point where you have 4 playoff teams and you could still, if Florida State goes and beats Georgia in that bowl game, now people will say Georgia didn't care and they weren't trying, but if Florida State ends the season 14-0, how can you say there's an undisputed national champion? You can't.
I don't even think Florida State should play.
Yeah, I would probably do that, to be honest. Yeah, I would like.
What is in it for them to play?
Yeah, for real. Fuck
they
that.
got fucked. Fuck you.
I know.
It's all money. It's everything. That's a BCS. That's a whatever this bowl playoff. Be like, fuck you, Orange Bowl.
Yeah. I also hate the fact that like Florida State, that game was ugly on Saturday night, but their defense was phenomenal. I think they had like 7 sacks. They completely shut down Louisville. Like football is more than just an offense.
Yeah, and so I understand in college football, strength of schedule and how you literally play matters, like how you look, but sometimes games are ugly. Sometimes they're grimy. Sometimes there's weather. Sometimes it's a low-scoring affair.
It's crazy.
If you're gonna get into that game,
I mean, Michigan didn't look good against Iowa. I mean,
it's so stupid.
The system was set up. It is just it is in the hands of people who do not care about the fans. I mean, the fact that it's taken us till next year to get to 12. Dan's right. They used to do like. Never mind before, like they made these small little improvements. There's so much money and there's just people don't want to give up power and idiots. But the national championship, like it used to be like, I think Notre Dame played Colorado. Colorado was like 8. It would be like the Big Ten has to go to the Rose Bowl. You didn't even have 1 versus 2. Yeah. The whole thing is just we're way ahead of that.
And I get
so stupid.
I know there's dozens of teams and it's so hard. But like every other sport, you have some sort of division and conference and playoffs. Like it's not like we haven't figured it out.
There's money. They didn't want to give up. They didn't want to give up the money and the power. But even that should have been easy because there's going to be more money in a playoff. But the guys wearing the little coats and the conference, it's just they didn't give a fuck. They did not give a fuck.
The other thing, like the non-conference schedule, all that shit. The other problem here is the SEC has been the best conference for a long time. But this year they were not they had a down year. The ACC played the SEC 10 times this year, and the ACC won. They went 6-4. Louisville, who Florida State just completely shut down, it's crazy. The whole thing just drives me nuts. I feel bad for Florida State. It's a shitty situation. And did you guys see ESPN TikTok did a clip like mocking Florida State? That drove me insane. Because ESPN is also the one that decides this.
100%.
It's crazy.
The whole thing's nuts. It is what it is.
And as bad as it is going to be an incredible playoff because I do think, like, there's two things you could have in your head. Florida State got absolutely screwed. I think it's unjust. It's bullshit. It completely goes against the idea of sport because when we talk about power ratings and I hate when people are like, who would be favored? If you go by who would be favored, Georgia would be in. If you go by who would be favored, Oregon wouldn't have played that game on Friday night. Like,
correct.
The point of sport.
It's Brandon Ronker, who stands by his basically like, well, I watch it with my eyes. Hey, asshole, you said Georgia's going to win by 2 touchdowns. You don't know. You picked Ohio State every year. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't get that. You say like, well, I watch them. They're a better team. Vegas would do this. You're wrong all the time.
No one thought TCU would beat Michigan last year.
Exactly.
Like the whole point of sport is upsets happen. Games like can go different ways than we predict them to. It's just so stupid to play this game of, well, who's power rated higher?
Was Florida State's strength of schedule and all that was good enough?
It wasn't the best. It wasn't the best.
But you can't control that because they scheduled.
The game.
I would argue, I would find hard teams in a Power 5 conference to go look at their two. They played LSU and Florida.
Right.
What like that? For all you know, when that's scheduled, those could be the two best teams in the SEC. Like those aren't cupcakes.
And it hurts because the ACC was down this year. So like their best wins are like beating Clemson, who had a down year. So that's you can't predict that.
That's in other sports when like an 82-win team can make the playoffs because their division stinks. Like it just happens. You can't stop that.
Crazy. SimpliSafe. I've had a cough for close to 2 weeks. I can't explain it. One day it'll be gone and then next it's back. SimpliSafe. Did you know that according to FBI data, break-ins and property theft spiked this time of year? Makes sense. Everyone's on vacation. Burglars just love taking advantage of people traveling for the holidays. That's why SimpliSafe Home Security is offering a holiday deal, 50% off any new system so you can stay safe this season. Here's why I love them. SimpliSafe comprehensive protection for the whole home. Advanced sensors not only detect break-ins, but fires, floods, other threats to your home. You need it. You need it. You have a nice home. I got a nice home. You need SimpliSafe, the Video Doorbell Pro and wireless outdoor security camera, powerful ways to deter thieves, powered 24/7 by professional monitoring for less than $1 a day, half the cost of traditional home security. For a limited time, you can save up to 50% on any new system with the Fast Protect plan. Visit SimpliSafe.com/rundown. That's SimpliSafe.com/rundown. There's no safe like SimpliSafe. Again, this holiday season, that's when you got to protect yourself. They see you waving in pools, hot locations like that. Guy's house is open. SimpliSafe. Dan, I saw you do this. Moving on. Like, this is what I could do. Florida State got screwed. Yes. I'm moving on. Alabama, Michigan, Rose Bowl. I got hard. Like the graphics is just what a game. The colors, the pageantry, the history, all of it. And then I have people saying Michigan is scared because of this video, which I reacted the same way. Like the only drama in the committee was what's happening at 4. So when they said Florida State, it's like, oh, people like we're scared. I would rather play Alabama. I think it's bullshit that FSU got fucked. But give me this program that's on its dying legs and let Michigan be the winningest program in the history of college football. The most iconic helmet in the history of college football. And let us be. It's only natural we take the knife, the sword, and put the end to Alabama as we know it. So
Dave, I think we included the beginning of the show, but I'll look to my good friend and colleague Taylor Luan, who played at Michigan, who knows what that locker room looks like, and he knows what the players are reacting. His tweet, he explained everything that we all thought.
Taylor Luan is so incredibly dumb, and you get guys who come out of playing sports who have no idea how anything works. He's one of like McAfee was this way. Like they haven't watched a sports game in like 10 years. They don't know what it is, and they're just new to this world. He is an idiot, Taylor Luan, the way he is tweeting.
What was his tweet?
Listen, He's comparing us to Rocky. He's like the little guy. Like we're not. At first, it was fear. You turn that fear into strength. Buddy, we're favored.
Dude, the fear. I didn't even understand the tweet or the video because I was like, how in the world is he talking about fear? They don't fear anybody.
We're favored. And people are going to be like, oh, it's Bama and this. You're favored only in your heads. No.
Courage is the strength to venture when fear is your first reaction. I mean, he knows what these players are thinking.
Stupid.
You're afraid. You're afraid.
So stupid. I
wait.
Wrap my head around the way he is tweeting. We're favored, Taylor. We're not going to shock the world. We're favored. And by the way, I said I'm betting $1 million on Michigan. Alabama, their quarterback stinks. We are better than them all the way around. The SEC was down this year. We are going to brutalize this team. That kid cannot throw, and we're not going to let him run. I don't know what Taylor Lewan is talking about. Ohio State would beat Alabama. Shut up, Taylor. We're favored.
Here's the thing, though. I think he's not wrong that some of those people in that room are.
No, that was.
Yeah, Kevin, he's right because he played the game. He knows what that locker room's like. It's fear.
What were they going to do? Clap for Florida State?
It's
it was
fear.
A stunning decision.
I think I saw one of the guys piss a little bit in his pants.
I was so incredibly dumb.
You don't think there are fans? There are Michigan fans that wanted to get.
Of course there are. Dave would have loved to have a first-round bye.
Listen, first of all, I don't think we just cakewalk Florida State. I think Florida State's very good. Alabama and Florida State, even without I look at Florida State, team with no quarterback. Alabama, team with no quarterback. That literally, and maybe a better defense with Florida State. Dan, back me up. I've said Milrose.
You have. But he's been playing a lot better. I mean, we saw him at his worst.
They should have lost Auburn, who is horrible.
We saw them at their worst in the Texas game.
They were at their worst was Auburn.
He's played a lot better. He has played a lot better.
He can't throw. I watched the game. He misses wide open guys. We are going to kill this team. And I like you, Chris, and say, I like your Roll Tide, Willie. All Roll Tide, I'm all with it. We're going to take the sword, the knife, and we're going to put it in your heart, and that's going to be in it. People are acting like this is an old Alabama. This is not the Alabama teams that are rolling through. This team we are going to crush, okay? So I'm happy we're playing them, and I can't wait to get to the Rose Bowl with the sun fading. It's a little different. It is different. The imagery of the sun setting over the Rose Bowl.
San Andreas.
5:30.
It's beautiful.
Much more poetic when it's Michigan, Alabama than it is Michigan, FSU. No disrespect to FSU.
Although I wanted it to be Michigan, Washington. I know that wouldn't have worked out.
That would have been cool for the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
But Alabama's nice. So I don't know what that big doofus Taylor Lewan is talking about. I'm glad we fucking have Alabama. Stop calling us an underdog and say we're going to shock the fucking world when we're literally the favorite. And by the way, everyone's like the line's going to move. I think sneaky, the smart money, I think you could see Michigan become a bigger favorite. I honestly do.
So what are you going to bet $1.25 million to win $1 million, or are you going to bet $1 million to win?
Honestly, the line is 1.5. I want it off that. If I can get it to 1 where I know if they win by 1, I don't lose.
Yeah, you could do money lines, minus 125.
Yeah, I don't want to do that, though, because at $1 million, that's a lot. I want to see if that line, like I said, I don't know which way it's going to go. I actually think the sharp money is going to be on Michigan. It's already on Michigan because if everybody, the Taylor Lewan's like, oh, my God, we're dead. We're favored, you fucking idiot.
Fear. He nailed it. Taylor's a smart guy.
You got to take that fear and turn it into something else.
You guys are the plucky underdog. Michigan. You just started playing football last year.
The way he is talking about us is so. That's what I said. It's like we're Boise State. You can do the Statue of Liberty play in a fight. It's like, what are you talking about?
It's so great. He just chooses the wrong path on every tweet. I love it.
NFL. Dan, I almost texted you, but out of respect, I didn't. You have a major problem.
Why?
Jordan Love is the guy.
Oh, yeah. No, it's a major problem. It's a major problem.
And there, by the way, I bet them to win the Super Bowl.
It's a major, major problem. It's absolute fucking bullshit. I said it's like, if you have to tell someone like, hey, what's a good example of life not being fair? It's the Packers going from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love. He's good. Like, I don't know I don't know how this happened. It's fucking bullshit. The Packers were supposed to be well, we might have a new guy. The Packers were supposed to be rebuilding. This was supposed to be a shit year for them, and they are now like almost assured to go to the playoffs with the schedule they have going. And I don't think any team, maybe outside the 49ers kind of own the Packers. They're like my saving grace. There's no team that wants to play the Packers right now.
I have $5,000 to win 600,000. I put on
fucking A.
Wow.
You do know though the Niners will kill them because the Niners always kill the Packers.
Yeah, but you listen.
If they play anyone else,
Brock Purdy gets hurt again. Who knows?
If they get picked up, no, it's complete bullshit. Like, I can't believe it.
That is that's another decade.
It's just
it is. That's what it is. That's what I was thinking
yesterday.
Like, they're going to be better than the Bears for the next 20 years now.
It's insane. It can't keep happening.
I just had it end with Brady, and times a million with Brady. But like, if Mac Jones was the guy, there was that like brief window where Dave and those guys were saying that, and I was like, what if it is? And that made me spiral just thinking about it. If it actually had happened, oh my god!
And they do this bullshit where they draft the guy and then he gets to sit there and learn everything.
Yeah,
and
it's like they got the system down. They maybe we all should do it.
It's fucking bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. I don't know what else to do.
Yeah, the Niners looked great yesterday.
Oh, they killed them. Yeah, that was awesome.
Dom DeSanta, so Big Dom, the security guard. Listen, I consider myself the unofficial mayor of Philadelphia. I like the city. That guy can't be on the sidelines for like 5 years.
Yeah, that was crazy.
No, I disagree.
Philly people are defending him. Yeah, are you just doing that to get favor with Philly?
No, I bet the Niners big yesterday. I think the Niners are way better than the Eagles.
Yeah, but you can't have the head of security is not a bouncer of the club. He's looking for fans. He's not the security versus the other team.
Counterpoint, Philly.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if there was ever a guy.
It's the only place that it works. It literally is like, we were saying this, like, if that guy was on the Chargers sideline or the fucking or the Texans sideline, be like, get this guy out of here forever. He is so Philly.
Yeah.
And
like, a fair point.
It just, he's Philly.
Then I'm fine with him staying. But you can't kick the other players out for getting it. It has to be like, all right, he put a jersey on. Put security, and he's a player now.
But
maybe that's the solution. Maybe Dom's now on the team.
Yeah. I think though, like I think there was a good amount of Eagles fans yesterday that they were like, that's an unfair trade. Like they lost Dre Greenlaw, who's really good at football, but we lost Dom.
And they still, the Philly fans would defend. They were like, he's security. Like they thought that was his role. They're like, well, yeah. He's not that type of whatever.
He's so perfect. He had the arm sleeve. He's got the Italian thing on his side. Like he's just
the name being Dom is just
Dom. Yeah, Dom DeSandro. Like he's just everything about him. His headshot, like from like 20 years ago, is so
gotta
funny.
Hear that guy's accent. He's got the Delco Trash accent going.
Yeah, and he looks like. Did you see his headshot, Dave, from like 20 years ago when he had hair?
Yeah.
He just looks like every guy we've ever had to pass an envelope to on a Tuesday. Like, just he's everything. It's so. It's
I know
so
he
Philly.
is all that. He is
everything.
All that. So maybe the NFL has to make an exception just for him because God love Philly. They don't get it. Like you're talking to them, man.
No, they think
I
they're
think
like he's security.
I think Philly thinks you don't get it.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this much though: do we now have some competition for Dom of the Year?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, no.
I mean, this is a big time Dom.
It's also just like between him and Tommy DeVito, Italian Americans are having a moment.
They're having it. They always the other Italians. There's nothing like Frankie Borelli and his dad, and they're probably watching Sebastian Maniscalco comedy special and be like Dom and this, and they love it. LeBron James. He gets in a fight with Ime Udoka. It's a bitch. I don't get LeBron. I don't know even what word he's acting like bitch is. Like he's acting like that is like one of the worst words you can ever call another guy. And he didn't even call him that. He's like, stop being a bitch about. And then Duke is like, you're being you're soft. You're like, stop being a bitch. What? The NBA, for all that goes on, you got guys toting guns, doing whatever. And then they get mad like Westbrook. You can't call him Westbrook or he'll try to fight you in the crowd. And then you got this. This makes no sense. None. Like, don't they all talk shit in the NBA?
They get very bent out of shape about like my honor as a man or some shit like that. Like there are certain words and certain things that you just can't do. Meanwhile, like, you hear the stories about Kevin Garnett talking shit to Tim Duncan and the things he said to Carmelo Anthony. And it's like, what the bitches like PG-13 these days.
Yeah. KG like made Charlie Villanueva cry and like quit basketball. LeBron does this every now and then. Remember he did it with the father of three, like don't talk to me, I'm a father like that, I'm a father of three. He gets like high and mighty.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I also think PFT said it, and it's exactly right. He does this when he's threatened because like Dylan Brooks said way worse things to LeBron, and he was like, I don't care, you're Dylan Brooks. I think he's threatened by Udoka. Like Udoka was kind of sizing him up. Yeah. He was just like, what are you gonna do about it, dude? Like,
to be honest, I don't even know why the refs teed him up. They were just having like there was nothing really said. The whole thing, it's just he is LeBron soft, crazy clip. Last one. This has been going on for a while, but it's the news. Our old friends at Deadspin, so they went after that kid who had red, black face paint, the Chiefs headgear, and he's doing this, and the Chiefs are doing it. They're saying now the kid's going to sue Deadspin, but I don't even know what the point of that is because I think Deadspin's broke.
Yeah, but to make a fucking point that you tried to like send a witch hunt after like a 9-year-old, fuck that shit, man. I would go after them too.
Well, that should be a surprise to nobody as familiar as we are with them.
He also, I think, is Native American, right?
Yes, family is Native American.
That Deadspin guy must have been like, what? Like, what? What are the fucking chances?
You know what? That's like, do you remember when I made fun of the kid eating the hot dog?
Yeah. 1 in 1,000, 1 in a million shots.
1 in a million. Yeah, you called him a savage. Yeah. Savage Gate. It's so crazy that he not only had that picture where it looked like he was in blackface, but he's also Native American. Like, I almost think that this was a setup, and I love it. Like, I think they set up Deadspin. They're like, we can get him so easy.
And by the way, the dude who wrote it, like, people showed him the other half, and like, if he just said like, fuck, I didn't see the other side of that picture, my bad, it all goes away. Everybody has to.
Savage Gate. When that kid had some sort of like really bad disease, I was like, hand up. I didn't know he had that disease. I wouldn't have called him a savage for eating a hot dog without a bun if I knew he couldn't like swallow bread. That was the worst. When I found that kid. That was the worst. Oh fuck!
It's perfect.
I mean, it's what happens when you blog, 50,000 times. It's like eventually you're gonna get got on something like that.
Yeah. All right, that's it. We got surviving Barstool, that controversy. I think most people are satisfied with the solution. $9.99, you get the whole season. Tonight, great episode.
I have a major problem.
Dave panics when he does not have control.
It is all a mental game. You don't know what an advantage is.
What are you talking about? Brain's starting to go a little bit. We had to run him into the ground.
Oh, you guys got it.
Everybody knows that when you lose, you don't take it graciously. This is the most in trouble I think I've ever been.
And then we'll re-air it for free after. I'm going back and forth with Pete and Stu.
Wait, you got to clarify. We're re-airing it after the whole
finale.
After the whole thing. In the same order. It's not going like binge-worthy after. You still have to wait. Because I thought some people would be like, oh, I'll wait to binge it. So we'll go the same exact schedule. We'll just start over. I think you can mirror this to your TV or Google Chromecast. I've been on with Pete. I will say I've been on with Pete and Stu trying to get straight answers, and I haven't got really straight answers. But I think you can do that.
I think if you have AirPlay and Chromecasts.
Doesn't everybody have AirPlay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most TVs are smart TVs now. Like
yes.
Like if you bought a TV in the last 5 years, I'm pretty sure that has all the things.
Well, but that's, I think kind of the problem is that most people are like, why are you not just on like the smart TV apps? Like why aren't we?
Correct. Which I found out today.
Yeah.
Was a decision that was Pete claims he fought for a year and a half. Stu says it was too expensive. I never knew none of this existed, but we will fix that. Not now.
I mean, but we have to. We gotta be on, all the apps. You have to be.
I agree.
We were telling people to, plug in your laptop with an HDMI cord today. You can't be doing that in 2020.
No, that's Pete tried to tell me that. I was like, what are you, crazy? But that
will work, but it's insane to ask your fans to do
believe you can just press that AirPlay thing and it goes. I said this example because when Jeff D. Lowe sends me like stolen or illegal movies or whatever he sends me, I have the movie on my phone. I press mirroring. It takes me 5 to 7 minutes, but I get it on my TV. And I think you can do the same with us.
I think so too. But, point being it's just crazy to have to do that.
Crazy.
And then
crazy. But where
your phone is occupied then the whole time, right?
No, I don't believe.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Oh, you can scroll around on your phone while it plays to the TV?
I don't want to confirm or deny that.
Don't we have an app though that you can download on the TV?
No.
But this is.
No. I thought I've done that.
Yeah. No. We have the app. Barstool.tv is different. So that's that. Forget about Survivor. That's a whole other discussion.
That's just.
Yeah,
really
I also
stupid.
Know that. Yeah, that's really dumb. That's really dumb. You're not going to mention the biggest news in Barstool?
What?
Tomorrow morning, Wake Up Mincy's back.
There we go.
This guy, Wake Up Mincy. I've been asked to be the first guest. He
weren't you the first guest on the original?
I was. He is so. I don't know what. I mean, I do know Mincy, but so in the office we have a full kitchen that's wired for everything. He's doing Wake Up Mincy in front of the video board with the kitchen video behind him.
Don't question genius.
I was gonna say
the kitchen is 10 feet from the video board that he's doing it with a fake kitchen behind him.
Nuke Lelouch, don't think, just throw. Don't think, just throw. Let him cook, literally.
I don't get it. I just don't get it. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to be the first guest.
Don't tell Michelangelo how to paint,
No, right.
I told him it's like he said he's going to do more sports stuff in the morning too. I was like, well, if you're talking sports on the video board, can we get a shot of a basketball court behind you? He's like, yeah, we can do that.
I love
Standing on the basketball court. He's going to do it. I'm going to try to – my goal is to get him to do a shot of every piece of this office without ever being in it. It's crazy. He's crazy.
He's an immense man. All right, 8 p.m. tonight, Surviving Barstool. We do appreciate everyone buying it, so appreciate that for real.
It's worth it. It's very much worth it.
So worth it.
It's going to be awesome.
What is your guess on what we end up with pay-per-views? I was going to do a contest. If someone nailed it, give them 10 grand. But then I feel like I'm not going to be able to figure out who actually nailed it and what first. And editing now, Twitter, it's like I got scared.
Can you tell me where we're at, a little bit, or just blind guess?
Blind guess.
I think we'll end up at 80.
Which would be
8 for tonight?
No, yeah, no. Well, if you buy it tonight, you're going to buy. Yeah, maybe not 80 tonight, but I think by the end of this week we'll be at 80.
I think by tonight's episode airing, I'm going to say 20,000.
The most pay-per-views we did 50 for the award show. The biggest R&R we ever had was Canseco, 110. So we'll see.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
See you guys.
All right. I'll talk to you guys.
See you guys.